All right, fans, this is Steve King, the Suessy College Assistant Athletics Director, coming to you with our inaugural On the Road with Suessy. I'm joined here on the phone by Todd Sussmuth, the voice of Suessy College men's soccer. Todd, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Now, you are the voice of Suessy men's soccer. I should also give a shout-out to Patrick Wolfkill. He's not on the phone today. He's your partner in crime on the radio, certainly when the Suessy team plays at home. He wasn't at the game today. You were, so we're on the road with Suessy here, and I want to let you know, I should just give you a warning. The only photo I could find of you was from back in your playing days in the 1980s. And, man, those shorts are pretty...
It wasn't foul. I'm putting that as a preface right there.
Yeah, I think you need a haircut and you need some longer shorts.
Yeah, definitely longer shorts. You wouldn't get away with them these days, that's for sure.
For those of you that are listening and may not know this, Todd is the all-time points leader for Suessy College with 165. You're also tied first all-time in career goals with Matt Bills, and you're sixth all-time in career assists. So you know Suessy College men's soccer through and through, and you're joining us today. You were at the game today, and we're going to get some thoughts on Suessy's 4-1 victory over Lebanon Valley College.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So now Lebanon Valley comes into this game. They're 10-2-1 overall. They're 3-1 in the conference, and they're recently coming off a 1-0 win over Alvernia, which I can only imagine is a big win for them. We played them to a 2-0 victory last year. What was the feel of the game as you got there today? Just Suessy getting ready to play the Dutchman.
Well, you could tell from LVC's side they had a great amount of energy today. They were pumped up. They had homecoming today. They had a lot of fans here, several hundred. And they were really just excited to play this game. They were at home. They were trying to guard their home turf. And they're trying to knock us off the top list. We've been there a couple of years. They have beaten us once. So they were going to play hard today, bring the game to us. And you could just see the energy level. It wasn't at the E-Town level of last week, but it was pretty close to that. They were really excited to play today's game.
Yeah, so it's great that, Suessy, looking at the box score, knowing with how the game went, gets off to a really fast start. Brian Ramirez scores in just the 8th minute of the game. Just walk us through that goal for Ramirez.
Well, Ramirez did a great job. I mean, we had been dominating the possession early, and he was doing a nice job of just kind of following that front group of guys, Jeremy Payne and Josh Wood. And LVC cleared the ball out towards the midfield, and he made a nice move and kind of cut across the middle of the field, beat a guy to his right, and walked into the box and just ripped one to the lower far side post there. And just a great move by him. As we have such weapons up front between Jeremy Payne and Jack Thompson and Josh Wood and all those guys. If he takes a pass and then steps through, the guy's just, he's one guy to beat, and he's in, and this time it worked. And he ripped a nice shot low corner and beat the keeper. Yeah,
Ramirez is certainly a dynamic talent. He's been playing well recently. That was his second goal of the year. And you started to mention a couple of the guys up front from Suessy, and one guy that was absent from the lineup you just gave was Mike Kovac. And Kovac comes up today with 2 goals. Just kind of talk to us about the importance of Mike Kovac, especially on that wing for Suessy with some of those other guys that get a lot of attention. Kovac, all of a sudden, he's got 5 goals in the last 5 games, and surprisingly didn't score in that 9-1 win over Hood. So really 5 goals maybe in the last 4 games, you could almost say, for Kovac. Just talk to us about him for a little bit.
Well, he's extremely important on the outside, and we've seen that in past years, that when we've been able to be successful from our wingers, whether it be Derek Black or Kent Ramirez or whatever, when we can get goals from our outside wingers, it really opens up the middle of the field, and defenses can't collapse on Josh Wood and Jeremy Payne and Jack Thompson up the middle. So when we move Jack Thompson to the outside and Mike Kovac on the other side, their ability to get open and beat guys on the outside and come in and score goals, it opens up the whole field, and that's what happened today. Mike Kovac did a great job of controlling the outside, and on his first goal, he was able to play a ball into the middle, and Josh Wood kind of went 50-50 with 2 defenders, and all 3 of them went down, and the ball ended up popping to Mike, and he just ripped a shot and beat the keeper. It was like there was nobody there because everybody was laying on the ground, part of that physical game we talked about. And then the second goal, he just kind of cut across the middle of the field, and, you can lay a ball off to your left, you can lay a ball off to your right, but if you don't watch the guy that's dribbling the ball, he just dribbles up the center, and that's, he's right up the center, and that's what he did. He went from the outside, cut across the middle, found himself at the penalty spot wide open, and just stuck the ball in the net. So it does so many things for the offense to be able to have to guard us on the outside that we're just I'm so happy to see him score goals, and Jack scored a couple last game. We get those guys going, we're going to be unstoppable up front.
Yeah, I mean, certainly it almost feels like it right now. I'm sure for our opponents, the Falcons have scored 25 goals in the last 5 games alone. And that's an incredible offensive output. And of course, Danny Rao comes up with the goal, the second straight game that he scores a goal as a freshman. And when you talk about our young guys, it seems like when you say young guys for the Falcons, that should only mean first-year players, because Ramirez and Thompson and Kovac, those guys are sophomores. Those guys are young guys as well. On many other teams, they'd be considered young guys, but they seem like veteran presence for us, for Messiah. Just talk about those young guys, though, the first-year group. Rao gets the goal today, but a number of them are getting into the game. They're coming in, and they're making a difference out there on the field. What do you have to say about the first-year players for Messiah?
Well, I think they've done a great job, and I know that a few weeks ago, pretty much that York game, when we went into overtime, Coach made a lineup adjustment, and he took Josh Wood and Mike Kovac from that, what Patrick and I like to call the lowercase a team, the second group that usually comes in, and moved them into the starting lineup. And it took some of the firepower away from them. So guys like Bryant Meyer and Danny Rao and some of these other guys are now getting a chance, even Benji Kennel, to play more. And, it's allowed them to get some freedom and do some stuff. Bryant Meyer's done a great job this year. I think he's got, I don't know, he's got 3 or 4 goals and 5 assists maybe, or something like that. And now Danny Rao's starting to get on the board. And, what that does is it allows our first team to just wear a team down. And sometimes they're not successful scoring goals, but what they do is allow a group of guys to come on after them and work on a tired unit. And in this case, it happened again today with Danny Rao, where we're just pounding. Next thing you know, Danny Rao's in with some fresh legs, makes a nice cut into the box and just rips one home. And, Bryant Myers has done it. Bryant Meyer has done it a couple times now. Danny Rao's done it. You get some guys loose, Aaron Myers and Egan and stuff like that. It just picks the whole team up when you could get a team like that in the last 15 minutes of the half and you can score a goal on them. It really sets you up halftime going into the second half. So it's really exciting to see those guys doing well, and they're starting to come around. They haven't been used to playing with each other, and now they're starting to, the runs are coming. They know where to put the ball. They're feeling out the system now. They don't have to think about that anymore. So they're really coming of age. And like you said, it only takes a year. And once you get into the system, next year, you've seen what's happened with this year's sophomores who were freshmen last year with Jack Thompson and Kovac and Payne. And, once they get it down and they start to play, by the time playoff year come around, we've got 2 units that can really do damage on you. That's really good to know going into the playoffs.
Yeah. You mentioned Bryant Meyer there, another first-year player for Messiah. He does have 3 goals and 5 assists, 11 points. He's one of 6 Falcons in double-digit points already this year for Messiah. Let's transition just real quick. Messiah earning their 12th straight win today over LVC. Talk about the defense a little bit. Maybe it gets unnoticed just because so many goals are being scored. We don't want to talk too much about an injury, but Luke Hellmuth has been out recently. But some other guys have really been stepping up back there, Carter Robbins especially. Just talk about that back row and that back line of defense for Messiah, because they've been just contributing day in, day out to what the Falcons are doing.
No, they have been. And it's, you talk about a young group. We got a freshman starting at center back. We got a sophomore starting at center back. We have a sophomore keeper and a junior and a senior that start right now. And, that group has really come together well. I think Carter Robbins has just been phenomenal stepping into that starting role this year, and he was with Luke early. And just a huge presence in the back, strong in the air, and people just cannot get by him. And it's been great to watch that. But then Luke goes down, and you have a freshman first-year player, Matt Kine, step in. And Kine has just been unbelievable in what he's been able to do playing off of Carter Robbins. And with Carter being such a rock, Matt doesn't have the pressure of having to know that everything that he does is under a microscope, because if he does make a mistake, Carter's there to clean it up. So he's been great. He stepped in. Now he's really getting comfortable in that role, and the two of them are gelling very well. And then on the outside, you had a guy like Logan Thompson, who had such injury problems last year. He just couldn't get it going. Comes into his senior year, and he is just in great shape and ready to play. And he and Josh Kramer have really solidified the outsides. And then you throw in Drew Fry coming off the bench, and even Freddie Benke, who's a first-year player on the team, although he's a senior, coming in and giving some support off the bench. That unit has just been really tough to score on, and they're so athletic and strong in the air. It's really nice to see, because as young as they are, you don't know what to expect out of a group like that. But even Brandon West in goal has come in and just done a great job, made some phenomenal saves, and they're just getting better every single game, and that's all you can ask at this point of the year, is get better every game.
Yeah, certainly. Messiah College plays with a lot of depth. They always have for many years now in this program. And Coach McCarty and his squad are never hesitant to run guys out there and give them a chance and help them get better and contribute to the program. So Messiah College earns a 4-1 win over Lebanon Valley College. They move to 13-0-1 overall and 5-0 in the Commonwealth Conference. They're ranked number 2 in the most recent NSCAA Top 25 poll, and they'll look forward to hosting Lycoming College next week, Wednesday at 7 o'clock on Shoemaker Field before hosting homecoming at Messiah College against Widener next Saturday at 6 o'clock p.m. So big thank you to Todd Sussmuth on the road. We're on the road with Suessy, and we'll look forward to whenever we can do this again in the future. Fans, be sure to follow us on GoMessiah.com for all the news and all the updates on the Falcons, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks, and go Falcons.